So Wimbledon just around the corner. We are going to go through the rankings and who has the most to gain and the most to lose going to the third Grand Slam of the year, because, of course, on the clay courts, a lot of players do well there, but don't necessarily have the points at the grass courts or on the grass courts. So it's going to be a little bit of a different list. Let's go have a look at who actually has the most to gain and the most to lose. Let's start on the WTA side of things with the players have the most to lose at this tournament. Starting with Raducanu. She made the semifinals here last year, has 780 points to defend, is number 11 in the world at the moment. So if she does defend those points, she'll hopefully stay around that top 10. Donna Vekic, another player who made the semifinals, has a lot of points to defend and wants to try and keep her ranking around that top 20. Paolini, of course, made the final last year, 1,300 points to defend, and is currently in that top 5. But if she wants to stay in that top 5, she's going to have to do well. And of course, Krejcikova has 2,000 points to defend and is already outside the top 10. She's at number 16 in the world. So if she can't get through her first couple of matches, she could really drop out of the top 20 pretty badly. Players with the most to gain at this tournament, Pegula. She just won a title in Bad-on-Berg, number 3 in the world. Only made the second round here last year, so really could rocket up the rankings if she does make the second week, or even a semi-final, and push towards that number 2 ranking potentially. Swiatek made the third round here last year. She's currently number 4 in the world. She got back into number 4 after last week's efforts, so she's got potential there to maybe try and catch Pegula at number 3. Sabalenka, she has no points to defend because last year she didn't play the event. So Sabalenka, one of the favorites, if not the favorite at Wimbledon, really could extend her lead over Coco Gauff at number 2 if she does well. And Zhang also has a lot of points to gain after making only the first round last year and only has 10 points to defend. So she could really gain some points as well if she does have a good run at Wimbledon. Over on the men's side of things, the players that have the most to lose, we have Medvedev. He's got a semi-final to defend, 800 points on the line for him. He just got back in the top 10 as well, so a little disappointing if he doesn't replicate that. He might drop out of the top 10 again. Musetti, he hasn't played any grass court tennis and he's kind of on a bit of an injury list, so 800 points to defend, semi-final. Could be really interesting to see where his ranking falls after this tournament. Of course, Novak Djokovic made the final last year, number 6 in the world currently. He has 1,200 points to defend. And Alcaraz, number 2 in the world, unfortunately won't be able to gain much on Sinner unless Sinner loses before the quarterfinals, but he's got 2,000 points to defend here. Players that got the most to gain on the men's side of things, starting with Griekspoor. Actually, he played really well last week and is very dangerous on this grass court, so he has a lot to gain after only making the second round last year, so he could really rocket his ranking up the top 20 level if he does have a good week. Alexander Zverev, number 3 in the world currently. He has a lot of points to gain if he can make the second week. He made the 4th round last year, but you got to think that if he can get on a bit of a roll, he could make it to the second week and add some points. Bublik, he made the 3rd round last year. Has got a tricky draw having to play Draper in the 3rd round this year, but if he can go on a bit of a run and keep that form that he's had over the last couple of weeks, maybe he can add more points and get towards that top 20. And Draper, he only made the 2nd round last year. He's number 4 in the world at the moment, but has a very tough draw. If he can get through his tough draw, get to the second week, he can add a lot of points to his total. So there it is. Those are the players with the most to gain and the most to lose at Wimbledon this year. But let me know in the comments below. Who do you see going up the rankings the most out of that bunch? Because there's a lot of players there that have a lot of potential to gain a lot of points. Sabalenka, it's crazy to think that this time last year, she couldn't play Wimbledon, yet she's still number 1 by a long way. So just shows how good Sabalenka's been. The fact that one of the slams means 0 to her and hasn't added to her ranking. So she could really extend that lead and get to one of the highest ranking scores that we've ever seen if she can win the title. But there it is. Those are the rankings points on the line for Wimbledon. It starts on Monday.